Hi Pile 1, welcome to your reading. Today's reading is just set with the intention of channeling a message of somebody that's been on your heart lately, or maybe even somebody at one point you had a really close relationship with, and honestly I'm gonna record this video and just be open to who needs to speak and what needs to come out. And so hopefully this resonates with you. And so I'm going to begin by reading the first card. I'm going to reframe this if they were the ones sharing this message with you. And so this is what they have to say. You opened my heart. You made me want to be emotional and vulnerable with you. And I felt insecure by that. I felt insecure by that because if I have to think about my past, I feel like I never truly had an example of what unconditional love looked like, what self-love looked like. I for a long time only associated love with a superficial layer of pleasure. And as I continue to find myself in this life, as I continue to go through my life experiences and the challenges that I've been facing recently, I've come to understand that I truly don't have a positive I guess I could say is I don't truly know how to love. I feel like a child. I feel insecure about it. I feel like I have to recover something that seems to go so deep. Like I need to find the origin of what I believe love to be in a healthier way, more than I've ever seen it or experienced it. And so I'm taking the steps. When it comes to balancing myself, when it comes to healing myself. As foreign as it feels, I do feel I feel a surge and energy of excitement for the unknown changes ahead. But I've truly come to a place where I'm learning to forgive myself for what I didn't know. I want to choose to have hope that I won't remain this way forever. I want to understand what it means to have hope more. I want to have more acceptance for myself and others, and I want to forgive myself and others. I want to bring in new movement and new relationships in my life. And as much as I've gone through many obstacles in my life, the unexpected still crumbles my foundation, and I can't help but be angry. I feel like I'm tired of loss, experiencing loss. I'm tired. I feel like I'm locked in old ways. I feel trapped. I know I have a weak foundation internally. I know that on the outside I appear ambitious. I find the willpower to push through adversity, It doesn't get any easier. I feel this swirling of conflict and aggression in me. I feel like a failure. I feel like all I do is sabotage. I feel immense anxiety when it comes to thinking about my future. I feel anxiety when it comes to change. But I know it's time that I have to face these difficulties in order to gain refocus, to go towards a direction that I can, to go towards a direction where I can create stability for myself, where I'm ready to persevere. I'm ready to experience a triumph of my own. I'm determined to not let my inner thoughts win. I don't want to look at myself as a failure for my whole life. I feel like I've failed more than I've won. I know I've been careless. I know I've been irresponsible. I know I've lied. I see myself truly for how I've chosen to behave, and I see where it's led me. I know I've broken your heart. I know that you're angry with me. And as much as I want to come back, I feel like I'm too much of a coward to hear what you have to say. And I know that may be hard to believe because I know that I can be very ruthless and opinionated in the way that I choose to articulate myself. But whenever that type of energy is returned to me, I feel too weak to handle what others have to say. And I see that imbalance. I see how I can't continue to create these problems in my life because I have a refusal to let go of qualities in me that are no longer serving me. I want to be more dynamic. I want to feel like I can trust my vision. I want to expand. I want to have the courage. When I met you, I made it very clear that I never had expectations in others, and I was very much prioritizing my own life, and the choices that I decided to make were not made out of if I have to be honest, many of my choices were made out of what I could receive from others versus what I could give to others. I don't know why you ever saw me as sweet or gentle or kind or sensitive. I feel like maybe once when I was a child I had these qualities, but as I got older I began to suppress them. I was selfish. And now I'm exhausted. I'm tired. I feel stuck. But I take accountability that this was by my own creation. It was the foundations that I decided to rest on. And these foundations were never strong to begin with. I know I've been unwilling to listen to you. I know I've been unwilling to listen to anybody. I am reflecting a lot now. I can't sleep. I'm trying to recharge. I crave to have stability again. I'm trying to focus on my abundance. And I'm trying to think from all different perspectives on how to better myself and my life. But I feel clouded. I feel so clouded. I feel hopeless. I feel imprisoned by everything that I've done. And as much as I want to feel like I've been victimized, I have to be honest with myself and say that I think everything that I've made others feel has been returned to me. I know it's time that I find help. I know that it's time to make choices, not out of wanting control, but I need to make choices out of selflessness. And I know that it's time to be, I know that I need to be more patient with myself. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the person that I was at the time that we were connected. I was cold to you. I was dishonest. I lacked self-control. I lacked emotional intelligence. I always felt like I wasn't the right one for you. I see you. I see you as so patient and loving and compassionate. And you've always shown your selflessness to me. And I'm so sorry that I couldn't return that to you. I'm sorry that I wasn't generous. I'm sorry that I wasn't considerate. I'm sorry I wasn't balanced with you. All I brought to our relationship was struggle and conflict and tension and competition. I see the tricks that I was playing, and I see how weak I was as a person. I see why I was doing it. There was a fear and dissatisfaction in myself. I felt like I had to deceive others, but the only person I deceived was myself, and that's the truth. I was trifling, man. I was. I made mistakes, and I recognize that now. It's very clear to me. I'm sitting by myself, and I'm trying to I don't want to feel unmotivated anymore. I don't want to feel bored. I don't want to feel secluded. I don't want to feel apathy in my own life. I really want to figure out these problems that I've created and that I have. I want to feel enthusiastic about my life again. And I truly accept the wrong that I've done to others. I wish I could have brought you happiness, more happiness. I wish I could have brought you more pleasure. You're so beautiful, and it's been incredible to see you grow from afar, because you've also experienced challenges in your life. I know you have. I know there's many things that have made you feel disempowered in your life, and I'm sorry for my ignorance. I'm sorry that I couldn't see who you were and who you were becoming, and I'm sorry for all the conflict that I brought to you. I also want to be proud of my actions in my life. And so I understand, because I was untrustworthy, and I brought you frustrations, and it's only fair to move ahead. For me, for you. I'm happy that you've had a rebirth and that you've been so bold in this change. And honestly, it inspires me to do the same. I know it's time to take action and all the things I need to change in my life and within myself. I want to be like you. I want to be a force to be reckoned with. I want to be generous. I want change. And right now I'm trying to figure out what that looks like for me. I feel I feel a lack of satisfaction in my life right now. But I know that I've made decisions and now I have to just keep taking action to change my journey. And I'm searching for myself right now. I've been numb and withdrawn, and I just know that it's time that I look for the truth. As much as I didn't want us to come to an end, I know that it was for the best. I still feel so much pain. So many words that I didn't get to share with you. And it just makes me feel hopeless. Alright, pile one. That is all the channeled messages I have for you today. I felt like this message was quite heavy, so please be kind to yourselves. Sending you love and light, and if any of this resonated, this is a safe space, and so I would so appreciate for any comments to be left, and please feel free to join this collective and subscribe to this channel. If any of this resonated with you, that would be so greatly appreciated, and hopefully I get to read for you in the future. Love and light. Bye. Hi, pile 2. Welcome to your pile. I will be pulling cards with the intention of pulling channeled messages of the person that you have on your mind right now. And so I'll begin with the first card. I pulled the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So I feel like they would say to you, I see how I was very unreliable with you. I did obsess over material growth and how I was seen by society. I see how my indecision affected your confidence. Your strength is so beautiful to me. I know that your strength has come from experiences that you have suffered from. All I've been wanting to tell you since the last time we spoke is that I want your peace to be restored. I don't want it to be a reason why you're suffering. I see you as so naturally confident. I see you with so much warmth and passion. You have been so adaptable to some really challenging positions that you've had to go through. I see that your foundation is forming, and it makes me happy to see that you feel more independent and more yourself. You've put in a lot of effort in your growth. You look beautiful, you look happy, you look healthy. I think about when we were younger, and I can't get you out of my head. I know that I regret not taking your cup when you gave it to me. I wasn't ready to take your cup yet. I know on the outside I wanted to appear like I was balanced and generous, but the truth was that I was still really naive. I didn't have balance in my life as a person. I know I was chaotic. I know I was dishonest. I also know that I was really inflexible with you. And I know who I was at the time, and I did have a wandering eye. I was a wanderer. I was juggling a lot. I've always been curious. I know I'm eager. I can be. I know that there's times where I don't think before I act, and I know that. I know I jumped into experiences with you and I was careless, and I was also defensive when you would try to talk to me, and I see that. It's hard for me to admit that. I feel knots in my stomach just sharing these messages, just saying these things out loud. I didn't want to think. I didn't want to use my heart. I just wanted to soak myself up in the material, in the 3D things. I was greedy. I was selfish, and I caused both of us a lot of heartbreak. I wasn't honest with you, and I told you a lot of lies, a lot of soft lies. I gave you hope. But I know that I was just being dishonest and I was trying to distract you from the harsh truth. But the truth is that you always just gave me a lot of compassion and grace. But you were nobody's fool. You could always see through. You could see through things. I know there were times you could see through me. I'm sorry that I hurt you. I'm sorry that I was selfish. I was cunning. I was just finding ways to get what I wanted and not really respect your boundaries or your beliefs. I took your kindness for granted. I was super foolish. I wasn't vulnerable like I should have been. I didn't understand myself. I didn't have a good understanding of my soul yet. I'm seeking balance now, because I know it's time that I create tranquility inside myself and put energy towards living in a more calm atmosphere. I'm going through a lot of realizations. I just feel this huge energy of change. I never thought that the pain was gonna stop. I just feel like I've been stalling. I know I've been stalling. I know that on the outside I present like I have strength and peace in my life, but I have been feeling a lot of suffering and feeling like life was putting me in a pause. Like, that was hard for me to experience. I know I've made a lot of bad choices. I was disloyal. Yeah, I was obsessed with materialism, representing myself in a way that wasn't who I really was. I was repressing a lot of who I was because I didn't feel like I could be vulnerable. I acted like I had everything, but I was feeling super powerless and out of alignment, and I wasn't feeling in harmony with myself and my life. I didn't feel like I had choices, but I see that it was me imposing limitations on my life. Most of my life I have been passive. I keep my desires hidden, or if I do have desires, sometimes I create unnecessary situations because I want to fulfill those desires, but I feel like I have to play games to get them. I'm experiencing a different side to life now. I know life comes in positives and negatives, and I feel like lately I was just living in a negative, scattered state. I took a huge reality check. I had to really look at things in my life as like an ugly truth. I had to see the ugly truths in my life, but that shifted me. As much as I felt like my foundation crumbled, I didn't know how I was gonna. I don't know. I felt trapped. I didn't know what would come from this experience, but it's just allowed me to have a rebirth. I'm persevering. I'm not giving up right now in my life. I do think of you. I have you in my mind, but the truth is I know that I just keep it a daydream because of I don't come forward because of the lack of immaturity that I have, the naivety that I had, the selfishness that I had and that you saw. I'm embarrassed to come back. I feel like a fucking joke. And I lie and say that none of this is affecting me, but the truth is I would give anything to do it all over again with you. I feel so much sweetness, and I wanna explore who you've become now. I know it's been some time since we last talked, and I just feel like I'm ready to share. I'm ready to be reflective and have those conversations with you. I want to be sensitive with you. I want you to see a different side to me. I just had to recover, and I know that you did too. And this was just to help us. It was just to our benefit. It was to really find ourselves again. Because we're both visionaries. We're both strong. We both have courage. I'm sorry that I made things such a disaster. But I really feel like good things are coming. I feel like I'm finally manifesting good things in my life. I'm finally manifesting beginnings and opportunities. I feel like I'm more myself than I ever have been. And I feel like I look at money so differently. I'm grateful for what I have. I see that me being able to manifest is a gift. I needed to recover. I needed to abstain from certain things. I needed to be in my own space. I put myself in a timeout because I needed to assist myself. Life was hard and I needed to help myself. I knew it was time. I've always felt so much in my heart when it comes to you. Like I said, I still want to give you my cup if I could again. I've always seen a friend in you. I've always seen your beauty. You inspire me. I feel enlightened. I know. You remember me as being a defensive, anxious person, and I know I pushed you away. I know that frustrated you. Again, I know who I was in the past, but that's not who I'm becoming. That's not where my intentions are. I really wish you would give me a chance to support you like I couldn't before. I feel more balanced now. I feel more calm. I want to be generous with you in a way that you never saw. Hi, Pile 2. This is all the collective channeled messages I received, and I hope that they resonated. And I would so appreciate any feedback that you have for me. And if any of this resonated, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for allowing me to read your cards today, and hopefully I get to read for you in the future. Love and light. Bye.